Welcome back to the channel, guys. Let's install an STi transmission mount. Let's do it. Alright, power on. Ignition. No ABS light. We do have the TCU still plugged in, even though we are a manual. Alright, it's going to go in there. So ever since putting the catch can in and hooking all the lines up, we get a little bit smoky now. I think it's because of the PCV. I think it just needs to have vacuum on it, so I might swap that over and put the intake on and install it. Yeah, because it needs the vacuum on there. There is the part number. So I got the engine mounts on my black XT, and now I got the transmission mount on black and red fuzz. There we go. More solid, more stiff, pretty easy. Let's jack up the car and swap it over. Shouldn't be too hard at all. Alright, it's about 4 days later. Haven't done anything. Been pretty busy with other things. So let's jack this up and get the transmission mount on finally. Doing some 3D printing as well. I'm doing some pie cuts so I don't waste any metal when I do the new exhaust. Alright, so obviously we're under the car and we need to replace this. It's not even connected at all, it's completely ripped. So what I would do is actually get the jack onto here, undo these two, and this should drop down. Then we can get that out. Ooh, it's hard to work on your back under a car. Alright, I've got all the nuts and bolts out of the actual rubber mount section. You can tell it's not attached. So now we need to get this section off. Get them off, and hopefully we can get it out. Now I have jacked it up, I've got the block of wood there so I don't put a hole or dent the pan on it. And it is jacked up just a little bit. So the weight has been taken off. See how we go. Hopefully we can get it off without taking the exhaust off. Alright, so I've taken the two nuts out of the front cross member and the two bolts out of the rear. Now we've got that movement, but really we need to take that front one off because this section has studs that go through here. Oh no, they're bolts, but I don't think we'll be able to push them through enough to actually get it out. Plus getting the new one in, it's going to be a lot harder. It's going to be easier with this broken one to get it out because it will come out in two sections. But alright, we'll take this front one off. What do I need? 17. Well, I really just need to loosen that side and then drop this side. Alright, so that side is loosened off. This side has dropped. You can see I've got a spacer sitting on top. So it's totally dropped down. So we can take that out now. Alright, so here is the mount. So this side we've got the angled section. You can see it's completely broke. Put the new one in. Cool. We've got the nuts there, we'll put that on and get her back in. Pretty easy. Alright, flipped it over, got the nuts sitting on there. Let's ugga-dugger it. Looks good to me. Flip it back over. So make sure that stays in there. Get back under the car and put it back in. So yeah, when I was getting it out of the Liberty, it rolled off the jack and it broke it, but it cooked anyway. So ripped it off here. All good. Got a better one now. Always upgrade. Alright, so I've got it sitting back in. We've got a couple of threads on the front cross. We haven't got the nuts on here, but we've got the stud assembly. So we're just putting everything in loosely. So I'll put the bolt in this rear section here as well. It's a bit close. This rear section, we'll put the bolts in. Alright guys, so I've had to loosen everything up. So all of these bolts are loose. So we can get the mount into the actual gearbox. Because obviously before there was so much play because it was two pieces, it went in easy. So loosen everything up and we'll get those bolts in and then we'll tighten everything else up. Alright, so those 4 bolts to go into the transmission are tight. Now to just tighten everything else up. Pretty easy. Alright, that is all snugged up. So we should have no movement whatsoever now. Alright, so next time we'll be under here. We'll be redoing the exhaust. So we need to do from here back and from about here up. So, and then I will get the other mount from the Liberty gearbox and put it on that side so I can hard mount it, because we have to flex here, and we're going to work out what we're going to do for a muffler. We're going to put something there or just have like a Varex muffler at the back, or if I'm going to go back to the dual exhaust, I'm not sure. Alright, so a bit of a recap. We broke our 6-speed transmission mount when we got it out of Liberty, and then I ordered an STi one. So there is the part number if you need it. So it's stiffer, pretty easy to install. All I needed was 14mm socket and 17mm socket to drop the transmission mount. Just use the jack under there to make sure everything was safe. Jack stands, make sure the car didn't come down either. And it took about 20 minutes on my back with not much room. So pretty easy to change over. Thanks for watching guys. I will see you next episode. Bit of a spoiler for next episode. Literally a spoiler.
Until we meet again.